Hello, my dear students. Welcome to week 2 in our JSS 1 first term curriculum. Thank you for being here. It shows that you are eager and willing to learn and grow and get better in English studies. Now, let's start today's lesson. In this class, we will be learning the first topic in the week 2 JSS 1 first term curriculum, which is pure vowel. I'll say it again, pure vowel. But before we move to pure vowel, first of all, let us define the meaning of vowel. Now, what is vowel? Vowel is a speech sound made when air flows out freely through the mouth without any blockage by the organs of speech. So I'll come again for you to understand. Please do well to listen. If you can't get it immediately, you can pause the video and listen to it again. Now, what is vowel? Vowel is a speech sound made when air flows out freely through the mouth without any blockage by the organs of speech. So vowels are sounds that are made without any obstruction or blockage by the organs of speech. When you produce or pronounce a vowel sound, there is no obstruction or restriction or limitation or even friction in your mouth when you produce a vowel sound. Now, let's take for instance, you are in your home and there is no light, so everywhere the heat is quite much and you need ventilation, you need air. So what do? You either open the window or you open your door. Now let's use the door for example. So the heat is too much, you have to open your door ajar. Good. Now you go to the door and you open the door. And then what happens? The air rushes into the house and then you feel so cool and calm. Now you can see that there is no obstruction of the air that is coming into the house. Why? Because the door is open. But for instance, probably someone stands in front of the door. The moment you open the door, someone stands in front of the door. You will notice that the way the air rushes in when the door was open ajar without no obstruction is totally different. You notice that the air coming in is quite limited and it is not like when the door was ajar without no obstruction at all. Same thing goes to a vowel sound. So vowel sound is likened to when you open the door ajar for the air to rush in without no obstruction at all. So the air comes from the lungs straight to the trachea, down to our mouth and pops out into our mouth. So when you produce a sound like ah, you notice that the air flows out freely. So I want you to produce the sound together with me. Ah, good. Now produce this second sound. We have air. We're going to produce this. Good, correct. Now, what did you observe? You observed that the air coming from the lung flows out freely without any obstruction at all. There are sounds that when you pronounce it, you notice that the air does not flow out freely. So those are not vowel sounds. Vowel sounds are sounds that when you pronounce it, the air flows out freely. Now let's write down the meaning of vowel. Meaning of vowel. So vowel is a speech sound. Made when air flows out freely. When air flows out freely through the mouth, through the mouth, without any blockage, without any blockage, by the organs of speech. Now, if you are confused on the organs of speech, you can check our previous video. We've talked about the organs of speech. So I advise you pause this video, get the video, the class for the organs of speech, and study it before you can come on to vowel. Now let's move on. So vowel is a speech sound made when air flows out freely through the mouth without any blockage by the organs of speech. So for the organs of speech, we have the lip, we have the teeth, and we have the tongue, and so many others that was mentioned in the other class for organs of speech. Now, like I said earlier, today we will be treating on pure vowel. So now we've known the meaning of vowel. Now let's move on to pure vowel. What is pure vowel? Pure vowel is otherwise called monophthong. Pure vowel is otherwise called monophthong. So I'm going to write the meaning of pure vowel. Meaning of pure vowel. Meaning of pure vowel. Pure vowel is otherwise called monophthong. Monophthong. Pure vowels are single sound. Now, the word monophthong is divided into two. We have mono and then we have phthong. We have mono, and then we have phthong. Together is monophthong. Now, mono stands for one. Then phthong stands for sound. So when you blend this meaning together, what do you get? One sound. So pure vowels are vowels that are just one sound, and it is pure because just one sound. There is no gliding from one sound to another sound to another sound. No, pure vowels are just one sound. So pure vowels are otherwise called monophthongs. I'm sure you've learned something new right now. Now let's move on. We have examples of pure vowels in English. We have 12 pure vowels, that is 12 monophthongs. One thing you should know is that vowels is divided into three. I know in our basic class we've been taught we have 5 vowels: a, e, o, ooh. Well, anyway, welcome to JSS 1, where you get to know more examples of vowels beyond the a, e, or ooh. Now we have 12 monophthongs. Vowel, we have monophthong, we have diphthong, we have triphthong. But in this class, we will be learning the 12 pure vowels. So I'll write that down. The 12 pure vowels that we have in English language. Now the first pure vowel we have is E. Now I want you to take note that every vowel is written in slashes. So these are slashes. You write them in these slashes. So every vowel must be written in slashes. That is one. And when you see a vowel that has a colon, that is the 2 dots up and down. When you see a vowel that has a colon attached to it, it is a long vowel. That is why the colon symbolizes long, so it is a long vowel. But when you see a vowel without a colon, it is a short vowel. So now let's move on. So the first vowel, the first pure vowel, that's the first monophthong we have, is E, which is written on the board, and you can see it in the word like see it. Then the second pure vowel we have is E. You can see it in word like sit, sit. Then the next pure vowel we have is e, e. You can see it in word like pet, pet, pet. The next vowel we have is a, a. You can see it in word like pat, P-A-T, pat. That is when you transcribe them. All right, the next vowel we have is R. That is the long R, the long I. So you can see it in word like parts. The next vowel we have is O. O. You can see it in word like cut, C-O-T, cut. The next vowel, which is the seventh vowel, is O, the long O. O. You can see it in word like court, court, court. Then the next vowel we have is You can see it in word like love, love, love. All right. The next vowel we have the number 9 vowel, number 9 pure vowel, number 9 monophthong is u, u, u. You can see it in word like put, put. Then the 10th vowel, the 10th monophthong we have is oo, the long oo. The long oo. You can see it in word like food when you transcribe it. Then the 11th vowel is er. You can see it in word like bird, bird. Then the last 12 pure vowel, which makes it the 12 pure vowel, is the schwa sound. It's called a weak vowel, the schwa sound. So the schwa sound is pronounced that is like U and H together. So you can see it in words like about, about. So these are the 12 pure vowels. So now let's recap what we've learned today. I said we talked about the meaning of vowel. Vowel is a speech sound made when air passes out freely. So vowels are sounds that is made when there's no obstruction of air, no restriction or friction by the organs of speech in your mouth. Now move on to the meaning of pure vowel. Pure vowels are otherwise called monophthong. Pure vowels are just one sound without you gliding from another sound to another sound. And you can see the examples of a pure vowel. These are just one sounds. And you can also see the differentiation between each sound, where you get to see that, okay, if a sound that has a colon attached to it is a long vowel. So when you pronounce it, you stress it more, like the ones that has no colon. So in subsequent video, we will be learning each of these vowels.